Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and today we are doing the still Dephemerember project. We have a prompt called Me and My Crush, and when I saw this prompt I immediately thought about the wonderful Marilyn Monroe. She's my crush apparently, and I really wanted to do some project with her, and I thought about ID cards. So my idea was that I will make an identification card for her, and in some way we will have to include me in this project as well. So that's our plan. What will I use for this? I have some stamps. Of course, we will need glue. I have StazOn ink, VersaFine ink, distress oxides, and some stamps, some other stamps that might be useful for us. Maybe ruler, brushes, and some black pen, and maybe eyelets, and of course scissors. Maybe even will not use them. And I also will use sandpaper. I just bought it myself, so it's a little bit smaller, but no problems with that. You don't have to buy the pre-cut ones. You just buy sandpaper in sheets and use a punch, for example, to cut it out. No problems. Why buying expensive stuff? Yeah, so that's the plan for today. I hope we will finish it sooner, not later, and that I will not do it for an hour. Yeah, so that's the plan, and let me quickly clean it. I have different photos because in case I ruin some, but I want to work with this one. I have a little guide of what I have to do. So we have to work on the base. This is just craft paper glued on some cardstock. This is just junk material. I want to distress it with sandpaper oxides and like maybe some bending and stuff. I have to distress the photo. I need to distress the photo with some inks, also bend it a little bit, maybe tear in places, we will see. And then we will stamp it to make it look as identification card. So that's the plan. And let's start with this. So what will I do first? I think first I will sand it. So sanding will probably make a little bit of mess. We don't mind it, I think. And because I glued it down, it might unglue. So we have to be careful with that, not to sand it too much, perhaps. Yeah. It's not like Tim Holtz craft stock, so it won't look that good. If you use this, it will be much better in terms of looking old. I just want to make some adjustments. Most of the distressing will be done with the distress oxides. Okay, so that's kind of like the first step of distressing. Then I want to work with two of my distress oxides. Let's see, I think walnut stain will work better. I have this silicone mat. This is for some electrical works. So it's really cheap, like $1 or $2, I don't know. So also no need to buy expensive mats like Tim Holtz one. This one is absolutely amazing as well. And there is no texture in it, so it's easier to clean it, much easier than the Tim Holtz ones, because it is with some texture in it, and all the paint and distress oxides will go to this texture. So I don't know why actually there is a texture. Maybe some of you can explain it to me, why there is a texture in the Tim Holtz silicone mat. I have the clean backside. I don't care about it. I will probably cover it, maybe, don't know, but it doesn't really matter. So this way I cover the cover the cardstock sides that we made, that we revealed with our techniques. So let me quickly dry it. Okay, so we do have some leftovers. Why lose them if we can use it? Maybe just break it a little bit. Okay, so the question is if you want to bend it or not to create some more texture. I think I will, but not too extreme, because I have two papers glued together. So I don't want to ruin that too much. Yes, it can. I also wet it a little bit, so it's not the waterproof glue, so mine might not work. And my way of having this daubers is to use the wine cork, and I just glue this piece on the wine cork. Let's emphasize the folds, give them some highlight. You know, these identification cards, they're having a blast. They're really popular projects on YouTube, and I really liked them. I really wanted to make one myself, but didn't have an inspiration. But with this me and my crush prompt, I finally set my mind on what I want to do. And yeah, here we are. Well, not a heavy amount of inking. We of course can add more if we want. So tell me, guys, have you made identification cards yourself? Have you done the Dephemerember? Do you like the prompts? I personally liked the previous years more in terms of prompts, but that's just me, my thing. And it's not like they are bad, it's just that I didn't have the inspiration for them. Some of them are quite interesting, and some are, well, I just look at it and don't know what projects can I do to make it, like, you know, salvage birds, for example. I really didn't know what to do for that, like bird. What else? I didn't have the inspiration, but that's really on me. Okay, I think it looks fine for now. I think the base is quite finished. Of course we can distress it more, but I'm not, well, I'm into grunge, but I cannot do it for now the way that everyone does. So next step is the photo. So here I also want some scissoring, and here we can go a little bit heavier because this is just one layer of paper, so we won't ruin and show the cardstock. But I also don't want to make it too extreme, just, you know, to emphasize that it's an old photo, not the new one. And I also want to bend it here and there, maybe not the face, okay? Yeah, like make it look as it have seen some bad stuff. Okay, and I also probably want to include eyelets here, especially gold ones, because, you know, Marilyn Monroe and gold, I think, well, it's better to be diamonds, but unfortunately I don't have diamonds, don't have them in the eyelets form especially. Okay, do we want to mess up with the water, because it's an inkjet printer and it probably will not handle much of the water? Well, maybe just slightly on the edges, so it will probably bleed a little bit, but not too much. And that's exactly what we want. Small bleed. It will actually make the photo look even more grungier, more grungy. And I use mainly walnut stain. I don't know why. I can also use vintage photo, but I guess I like the oxidation more, and yeah, I just like it more. Okay, I think the leftovers we can actually put here again. Let's add to the lower part here. Not to waste it. Why waste it? All right, drying process. Okay, I think that looks beautiful. Let's try to add some sanding, if it will work. just on the folds, not everywhere. So I bend it again and fold it and use the sandpaper. Not on the face, preferably. All right. Where it is still wet, it's not working, but it's okay. You don't want it everywhere. Right? I think it's cool. And also, I think I want some leftovers of the vintage photo, just to go over the photo and make it look vintage, but slightly. So because it has this cold gray and I want it to look like sepia, sort of, but not too much. So I'm using really small amount of ink, just really leftovers. Yeah. Yeah, all right. I think it's looking much better. Some ink on her face. We don't mind it too much. Yeah, I like it. Okay, maybe now we can use walnut stain again and go over the edges. It's still quite damp, not easy to work with. And over the folds as well. So we sanded them, but we can also do it like so. And I like how black from the from her like sweater is fading because of the water. Okay, so now let's try to add some eyelets. I think 2 will be all right. So 2 gold eyelets. I would love to make them look more vintage. Maybe we can try. Let me bring my alcohol inks. So I have the like chocolate alcohol ink. Maybe it will be too much. Maybe not. So let's put this. It will probably not help, but we will try. Not to ruin my silicone mat. Yeah, everywhere, but not on the eyelet. Sure. So it's chocolate, but it's more like rust feel to it. So I think exactly the color we need. Okay, felt like it doesn't close. There. Don't go there. Oh, oh, the alcohol ink dries quite quickly, so I don't think we have to wait too much. All right, so now let's punch the holes first. I probably will go here and here. I don't know if there was any like specific placement for the eyelets. I just saw them, so I don't know if we have to be specific, but I will do it my way. Okay, so they are slightly vintaged, not too much, but it's fine. Let's do one first. Always forgetting how to do it. Maybe not right again. Oh, well, it worked. Cool. They are actually quite orange. Can you see it on camera? I think the light is quite off here. So, like that. And now we have 2 eyelets. Great. Now let's put that off. Let's try vintage photo here in some places. I actually think it might be not the fading, but the oxide effect, also possible. Also possible. Okay, I'm actually liking it so much. Soon will be the fun part, a lot of stamping. But first, we have to glue it. Before I do that, I want to kind of measure it and make a frame, because mostly I've seen the frame on the ID cards, and on this frame you glue the photo. So it is around 3.8, and it should be square, but we will make sure. Yeah, 3.8. And because the photo is quite distressed and stuff, we still can see the frame, even though we make it actually quite exact. I could have go like 1 millimeter away, but I thought I won't be so exact. I'm usually very bad at drawing lines. And now let's try to be precise. Oh yeah, something like that. Give it a minute. Maybe we can like do this and ink it. Ink it slightly more. And this edge too, because it's not glued well, but not too much, not extremely. Okay, I think we're good. Now the fun part. So we can actually see the frame, but only if you like look carefully, right? And that's what we were aiming for. Now I want my VersaFine ink. I want my different stamps and stamp blocks. So we have different line stamps. I think we need some lines, but we have to decide on which ones. We can try to go for this, but it's too small. What about this? This looks okay, but I'm not sure I want this. I will try to ink only this parts. This is, well, not too narrow, and I won't be able to go all the way. Yeah, I think I like this ones. But we will have to cover it with something. Well, something preferably straight. We can actually leave the date. Why not? This can stay. So I will ink it with my VersaFine. Maybe not too heavy. Should be fine. So trying to be, well, sort of straight. Maybe should have go quite to the left, but I think it's fine. And now we can try to continue this, but it will be hard. We can actually draw it ourselves, so like with the liner as well. Probably it will be easier and more convenient, but we don't look for easy solutions. Okay, I think we are good to go. But the lining part, this is not easy. Almost impossible, I would say. Yeah, that won't be possible really. Let me stand up. I would say something like this, but I'm probably messing it up right now. So you all can see me messing it up. Yeah, of course. Messing it up. Do we mind it? Well, maybe slightly, but not too much. Not too much. Well, of course I do, but we can live with that, especially if we can glue something over here. Then it won't be so noticeable. All right. Then I want some lines here. Wow, that was hard. It was first time using this stamp, so it wasn't really easy. So, of course, we all can make mistakes, but I don't freak out. Well, maybe slightly. But I want to show you that we are all people and we can make these small mistakes, but it won't ruin your project. It's just a small mistake. You can always cover it and be happy. Nobody will know that there were a mistake. Well, of course you will, but it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, cool. So I think now we want this, of course, identification check. And I think I will use this number, name of remitter, maybe this one. Let's try that out. So first of all, identification check. Let's see, where do we want to put it? Well, probably here on top directly. That won't work. That was funny. Let me see. I think I'm doing it wrong again. Why? Yeah, like this. Like this. Sorry, guys. Yeah, cool. And I think I want it in red, so something will be more noticeable and with red color. Well, let's go to the corner. Yeah, red looks beautiful on this paper. Great. Now let's do this form something. This I probably want not in red. Too much red also won't work. Cool. Great. Let's add this number. Not like that. Let's try red again, I guess. So the number will be really seen. Let's go here. Number here. Okay. Cool. I like it so much. Wow. Name of remitter. I think I want only the name part. How do we do it? Well, try very hard. Okay, let's try. I think I'm getting it very slowly. Yeah, wait, name. We have name, and let's clean other parts. And put it right here where we have some space. Yeah, good. All right, before I continue, I want to put something here. So I found some scrap that might work, but I actually have another idea. And this idea is to make a vintage tape and to tape this place, because vintage tape will actually look pretty vintage and it's not difficult to make it. And I actually wanted to. So let's make a big piece so we can use it later or maybe in other place. Let's put, I think, the same piece this way and ink it with some alcohol inks. And this will look actually gorgeous, I tell you. So let me think if I want to use this piece or not. I don't mind, but it can color my piece. If we will do it quickly, I think we can do it on this mat. Let's try. I have the same like chocolate, some sand, and some rust. So let's do the rust first. I think it's the perfect color for this thing, for the tape. All right, let's add the sand. Yeah, the color names are quite strange. I cannot tell that this is actually the sand color, but it's okay. And some chocolate. Maybe it's too much. That's okay. Oh, I like the chocolate. And I want to use some discs. It will remove some of the color, but it's okay. We don't want that much color anyway. And I will move it slightly. Well, probably not with this thing. Forgot how this thing is called and where it is. This blower. Yeah, that works. That works fine. Okay, and I want some here. So when it is dry, you can actually put from here to the tape again. So it's a good thing. Let's put more chocolate. I like this color. Okay. Suddenly this video has hundreds of techniques on how to do different stuff, but not only the identification card, which is fine, right? I think you like it when we have a lot of things, and I actually show how to make a mistake into something beautiful. So I think that works. Let's try to remove it from here and take that off. See how well it cleans? If it would be, well, something textured, it won't clean as easy. I assure you, it will stay there forever. All right, so let our tape dry and we'll continue. All right, I think it is dry enough for us to continue. So we have this lovely tape. Can't really see it well, but if we put it here, it looks absolutely fabulous. It doesn't cover it completely, of course not. It won't happen. It's plastic, but it looks so good. So I don't mind it at all. To look like that. But don't glue to my piece. Wow, it actually made an interesting texture. See, as if some alcohol ink is taken, well, which it is, but interesting. I hope it's dry enough to continue. So I take some double-sided tape and I will glue it on this piece first and then here. All right, the moment of truth. Let's try it. Don't glue it to where it does not belong, because we won't be able to remove it. All right. Look, this is fabulous. It can actually be slightly shorter if we will be able to do it. No, we know. So I think if we can add it somewhere else, maybe, where is the inked part? I think here. Maybe like here, just on the edge. How do you think? So it will not be only here, or like that. I think like that will work. We can stamp first, but I think I want to do it before stamping. Okay, so I glued it here and it went over this edge. So now I think it looks really interesting with this piece of tape, as if we tried to save something, but it's so vintage looking. All right. Now we need to fill this with different things. First, let's put the date. I think that's the way to go, but we need the date to be quite old. Let's make something like 1950. Well, unfortunately, my stamp doesn't have this date, but we can do at least day and month. And I want to include some me in this project because it's me and my crush, and I also have one more idea of how to include me. So the first me will be my birthday. I hope I did it right and it's 31 of May and not 13. All right, so let's try to get it in here. Yeah, we managed. Good, good. Maybe we can try to do the 1950, well, he's 19 with this stamp, but I will not, probably I will not. Could have moved it slightly to the right, but it's absolutely fine. Let's see, what other stamps can we use? I want to use this with, I don't know, red or not red. Let's do red. I like the pop of red here, but I probably want the ghost print. And here my microphone died, so I apologize for the voiceover and the speed. So this red circle stamp actually connected the photo to the background, which is really great. I add this file, you can do it diagonally to make, well, more interest. And I'm just trying to add different stamps with the numbers mostly, to fill the space, fill the lines that we made without mistakes. No one's seen any mistakes. So I'm just, well, choosing different stamps here and there. Nothing really interesting, so after some time I will actually cut one part of the video, because it will be just me choosing different stamps and stamping. So now I'm adding my handwriting, and I'm trying to make it funny looking, like a little bit, well, not my usual handwriting, just so it will be interesting. And I added the name, and I will also add the signature. I was looking for the signature stamp but didn't find it. And this is also a me thing in the prompt. This is my signature, well, imaginary one. And this is the finished piece. I've added so many different stamps. Well, I even added not only numbers but some texts. Mostly for the texts I used the, well, parts of the stamps. I also added some more handwriting. So for example, you can see, you cannot see, I'm so sorry, this part of the stamp which is here. And this date I have added here. So it has a year. Well, a little bit too early for the Marilyn, but it's okay. What else? I have added this handwriting here, so it will look like someone else's handwriting. I actually added her job. She is a perfumer, but it faded a little bit. So yeah, that's the finished piece. I really enjoyed working on this project. I hope you like watching it, and I hope you will subscribe, leave me a like, and because it really helps my channel to grow. I do not upload videos too often, but I will try to do more later on. So I hope you like this video, and well, I think I'm not finished with the Dephemerember yet, maybe few prompts left, and then we will continue with my other ideas. So I'm actually showing you that I've added the address, Goswell Street. Yeah, so a lot of different things happened in this video, but I really hope you will like it. And I definitely had a blast. I've never made an identification card, and it is really popular now, and I really wanted to make one myself. So this is my take in this way. We could also round the corners. We could try to line up the stamps, but I actually like this tape piece. Without this mistake, this tape piece probably won't happen, so I think everything works just fine. Yeah, so I see you in my next video. Bye bye!